Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Stacy Taylor, and I will be your host for the evening tonight. It is my honor and pleasure to present our production of Dr. Nishi Chawla's three-act play of Draupadi's Arranged Marriage. This stage play reworks a myth from the well-known Indian epic, the Mahabharata, in contemporary language, context, and situations. Dr. Chawla is the playwright of this play, and she has 5 plays, 6 volumes of poetry, 2 novels to her credit. She has her PhD in English Literature from the George Washington University in DC, and her postdoctorate from Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. She has taught English literature for over 3 decades, including the University of Delhi, India. She is now at the facility of Thomas Edison State University in New Jersey. Dr. Chawla provided the building blocks and the structure of the play. Our director, Cherie, has infused his passion and creativity into this play to bring you this presentation. Cherie is a seasoned actor with a passion for theater and filmmaking. I've had the pleasure of working with this team. They are very talented and dedicated, and of artists who left me feeling with a range of emotions after seeing this presentation. I must admit that I did not know anything about that epic, but I certainly learned a lot about Indian mythology and related to this character. Draupadi's is in so many ways, it left me teary-eyed, laughing hysterically, and actually related to some of those characters that you will see in this presentation that I've probably dated at some point. So again, I welcome you tonight. But before we start the show, I just have a few housekeeping items. Please, if you would, silence all mobile devices, because you sure don't want to be that person that has that, random ring during the presentation, right? As well as no flash photography, just, basically for the safety of our performers, and no recording of this presentation. And last but not least, there will not be an intermission, so should you need to, leave, just, please do it quietly, as well as safely too. At the end of the presentation, we're going to have 2 special guests come up here and say a few words. The first one is Ms. Aruna Miller. She is she's actually our chief guest tonight. She's a member of the House of Delegates from Maryland, and she will honor us with a few words. As well as we have a representative, from ASHA, which is a nonprofit organization in DC helping victims of domestic abuse. So please, after they conclude the presentation, we'll all come out to the stage, and also our crew and cast members will actually be out in the outside lobby after the presentation, so you can talk with them, share, give your interpretation. They're awesome, and they look forward to it. Last but not least, I will speak on the behalf of the entire team when I say that it is not our intention nor our desire to disrespect or display disrespect to any mythological characters from the Mahabharata, or to offend any religious sect of their religious beliefs. As artists, we wish to engage in topics that are current social ills and challenge current status quos for attention, change, and improvement. So now, without further ado, Draupadi's Arranged Marriage.
Civilization after ancient civilizations have attempted to understand and solve the mystery of how and when everything began, and has tried to predict when all will end. Man even created a Roman god named Janus, who has 2 faces, one staring at the past and the other gazing into the future. I am here to keep you grounded in the present, the now, where all awareness resides. Because if you give it a deeper thought, nothing has ever happened in the past, and nothing will ever take place in the future. It will always happen only in the present. It is your concept of space and time continuum that misleads you to think otherwise. Mind you, however, I have complete knowledge of this continuum that you call time, and which to you starts with the rising of the sun and ends with its setting. This is what you call as your day. I am a witness to all events that have led up to today and this moment. I have knowledge of all that will happen today to shape your tomorrow. And however tempting it is to analyze the past or to reveal the secrets that tomorrow and the beyond hold, I invite you to travel with me to the olden times with the promise that I'll bring you back to the present. Then you can decide what events have resulted in today and what shape you want to give your tomorrow. You are the sum total of all the choices you make. So I refuse to share any blame for your decisions. You are ultimately responsible for your own destiny. Or are you? I will allow you to answer that question for yourself by looking into the microcosmic life of one such mythological character from an unknown time named Draupadi. Ancient Indian mythology narrates her story as a beautiful princess who prays to the gods to be married to a man who is handsome, rich, honest, brave, skilled, strong, wise, and without any flaw. The gods are impressed by her devotion and appear before her to grant her wish. However, they are helpless since no such man exists. With only a promise to fulfill her desire, they disappear. And here starts our story and the twist of fate. The gods do grant Draupadi's wish, but in the most unique and shocking way possible. I now take you on a journey to become part of Draupadi's birth. She is born from fire as a result of a king's prayers to the fire god. So hold my hand as I lead you through her early life and her arranged marriage. With the birth of a girl comes the responsibility of getting her married. And princesses in those days were married to the best suitors who pass a few tests of skill and bravery, also known as a swayamvar, the right to choose one's own husband for the girl. One such brave and talented man to compete in the swayamvar was Karna, who was extremely skilled and well suited for Draupadi. He was also Draupadi's childhood friend, but born in a low caste. He adored her and wished to win her hand in marriage. However, he has competition from Arjun, the second brother of the five Pandavas. Let us now watch the archery competition between these two men and find out who wins the fair princess. And yes, we will also learn how the gods fulfill their promise to Draupadi. I must say that was a truly enjoyable celebration. Just like any obedient son, Arjun wants to bring his bride home and share this good news. His mother, Kunti, and his brothers are waiting for him to arrive back home from his adventures. But wait a minute. What about the promise that the gods had made to Draupadi? What about the perfect man that Draupadi had prayed for? Is Arjun that perfect man? Let's find out.
Dear mother, I seek your blessings. I've brought home a surprise for you.
Arjun, my son, as I've always told all my sons, whatever it is that you have brought with you, I wish for you to share it with all your brothers.
But, mother, first you brought with me.
Yes, Mother, at least see what he's brought with him first.
Arjun, I have spoken and I wish to be obeyed.
Mother has spoken.
An ancient Indian adage wisely makes the observation that an arrow that has left its bow and the spoken word once uttered can never be taken back. How important it is to think before you speak, since what you say becomes your reality. Following their mother's instructions, Draupadi is married to all 5 of the Pandava brothers. And you guessed it, each one has one or many of the qualities that Draupadi had asked for the gods for in a man. The only twist of fate was that they were not present in one man. So it seems the gods killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Seems cruel to Draupadi, but the gods had a promise to fulfill, and looks like they did. 1 woman married to 5 men seems odd, even for ancient times.
Arjun. Nakul. Satil. Deep.
question I want you to ponder over. Has the position of women changed that much over the centuries? From ancient times to the modern, from just a few hundred years ago to today, and what will happen in the future? Draupadi unwillingly agrees to spend 1 year with each brother to appease her father and society. Does today's modern era, our so-called civilized society, also deal with issues such as women's sexual expression, bigotry, misogyny, social inequality, sex abuse, women's objectification and love in the same way as ancient cultures and civilizations? Is it still a man's world? Or are all these issues in Draupadi's head because hers is an arranged marriage? Don't ask me to answer any of these questions. I know the answer to these questions since I am the only witness and a silent observer. I have always existed. I am here with you now and I will remain well into the future because I create the future. You are the best judge of what is to unfold now with Draupadi as the wife of 5 brothers. Let us peek into the life of the newly married couple. A man, just as a woman, is influenced in marriage by so many others outside the marriage. These outside influences can be source of joy or agony, be it a friend, a cherished past romance, or, well, your own mother-in-law.
Thank God, Draupadi. I'm so relieved. Finally, my mother approved of the dish that you cooked last night.
Oh yes, I am so happy about that. Who can complain when peace reigns supreme here?
Peace with your moody ways and tantrums.
Never.
Arjun, my moody ways and tantrums are because you betrayed me. How can I forgive you for what you have done?
Oh my God. What now? What have I done to annoy you now, my dear?
What have you not done to annoy me? First, your blind obedience to your mother's whim that I should be shared like a communal drinking cup among all 5 of her sons. And then lately, your oh-so-feigned innocence.
Innocence.
Yes, feigned innocence. Your so blatant attraction for that girl, that Subhadra, breaks my heart.
Well, the heart is a lonely hunter. And Sue, she was so special. But never mind.
What if I told you about the pangs my heart feels when I think of...
Who? Who do you truly crave for?
Never mind. You would never understand.
Oh, come on, Dee. Tell me. You must tell me. Whose heart and destiny do you hold in the palm of your hand?
No one's. I can't even control my own destiny, let alone anyone else's. Although the astrologers did predict when I was born that I would change the course of human history.
Hey, don't try to change the subject. But really, did they predict that about you when you were born?
Yes, but how have I changed anyone's history, let alone humanity's history, or even my own?
Who knows who will change whose history? You see, life is like a cosmic game of chess. Philosophically speaking, we are all pawns. And there is no such thing as good and evil.
Huh. So you mean, just like beauty, good and evil also lie in the eyes of the beholder?
Oh my God! What profound words, Dee! I'm impressed. I mean, I did not realize I was married to such a smart woman.
So what was so unsmart about me this whole time that you didn't see my wisdom till now? Arjun, don't make fun of me.
I'm not kidding, my dear. I'm really impressed.
Well, who knows what goes on in the mind of anyone else, especially one's own husband. And lately, Arjun, you have been so obsessed with your own image that it's even harder to tell what you truly think. I mean, can you even think for yourself anymore? You're always following that Krishna around. I don't trust him. He's like a chameleon.
No, he's not.
Of course he is. The way he controls your mind, advising you about this and that. And now it turns out that Subhadra is his own sister, so he's not only going to have you as a student, but as a brother-in-law that he can play like a fiddle.
Oh, please, he does no such thing. He's the one who stands for truth and justice. And he makes sure that evil is defeated in the end. He's the only one you all can truly count on. I know his ways can be seen as tricky and conniving, but I can assure you that if you're ever in need of a friend, he will always come to your rescue.
Well, all I can say is he looks very weird in those yellow silk clothes with that crazy peacock feather in his head. Why does he always have all those women following him around? And why is he always playing that flute?
Ah! There! Did you hear it?
Yes, dear.
His music is just as beautiful as he is. He draws both man and animals to himself like a magnet. He's the beginning and he's the end. The smell and the flower. He's the savior when you call out to him sincerely.
Well, why does he always have to come and go without warning? I hate that. I dislike his unpredictability most of all.
Oh, Draupadi, relax. Don't keep agonizing over these things. Sometimes you have something against my mother. And at other times you have something against someone else, like Krishna now. Just let it go. At some point in your life, you have to learn to relax and not be so intense about everything around you.
Hey, look!
Nothing is in our control.
Your mother stands there quietly and listens to every word uttered between us. There's just no privacy here.
You're no good either. You know, you're like a child. You pick on your scraps all the time.
What?
And you think you know any better? Wait, let me enlighten you. All you do is you complain. You complain all the time. It's exhausting. See? There is no one outside.
She was just...
Will you please try to get along with my mother? Will you? She's such a saint.
Arjun, I'm not crazy. She was right there. And don't accuse me of what I am not and what I have not done. I hate that.
Okay, but don't be angry. All I can say is you're just imagining things in your mind, and I cannot control that. I mean, you're clearly overreacting. You never used to be like this.
No. I came to your house as bright and innocent as a newborn babe. I was so full of joy and idealism the moment you won me in that archery contest.
And then what happened?
What happened? You're asking me, what happened? You happened! You couldn't stand up to your own mother when she said I must be shared among all of her sons like a communal drinking cup. You just thrust me in the middle of your huge family and told me to adjust with your mother and your brothers. It was a strange circus indeed, and trust me, I was not prepared for that at all.
I don't understand why not. What is wrong with my mother? What is wrong with my brothers? They're all nice, decent people. But it is you who does not know how to adjust with anyone.
Hold on. I'm sure I'm not the only woman in the world who has a hard time getting along with her mother-in-law. Thank God your father...
Stop it! Stop it right there. You're crossing the line now. Your emotions always get you in trouble. Always. You know, no wonder your father worried for your own sake. First your good looks and then your sharp tongue. And even a sharper brain. A lethal combination indeed, isn't it? How can a man deal with smarty pants, good-looking women? You can either deal with smart or good-looking. And I think I'll take good-looking or smart any day.
What? I want to be valued for my brains and my beauty, and I don't care about stereotypes that judge women. Oh, Arjun. If only we had tried to get to to your mother for everything as often as you do now, and you wouldn't be fighting all the time either.
So would you prefer if we just keep pretending that everything is okay?
Sure, I can act. Being married implies that you have to act all the time. You have to pretend.
No, Dee, look, listen to me. Please, sit down. Look, something always goes wrong in an arranged marriage. So you learn to accept it all. Most of the times, it is lack of love. But you're more prepared for any such situation only if you choose the one you want to marry. But choosing is what neither you nor I had the luxury of. So please, stop.
So my Swayambar, the right to choose my own husband, wasn't a true choice. What a mockery of that entire bullshit about getting to choose your own husband. It was my father who decided what was best for me, not me.
So is it okay to butt heads day in and day out?
No, I would rather not. Sometimes you make it difficult to resist.
Well, if it was another day, I would take you up on it. But right now I have to go. Krishna is waiting for me.
Oh, Krishna, again? At least eat the meatloaf I made for you. It's getting cold.
About your cooking. I mean the meatloaf?
What about my cooking and my meatloaf?
No, it's just that you don't use the same spices as my mother does. I do miss her cooking. Her meatloaf recipe is something no woman on earth can ever match. You do have a temper, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And you think I cannot throw something back at you, huh?
Arjun, you are brave, but even you wouldn't dare. Marriage. Is this the essence of marriage?
I'm going to stay out of that one. And I also don't have a mother-in-law. So, Draupadi was a woman who was much ahead of her times and born with extraordinary intelligence and talent. Her thinking and what she wanted from society was not something that other men or even women were comfortable with. There is something to be said about those who forge new paths for themselves and others and possess the courage to stand up and challenge status quo. Rules and norms are good to follow in a society and in one's own life, to give it structure, to prevent chaos, and to put emotions, reactions, and traditions in neat life boxes. The mind is better able to operate when everything is categorized and protocols are followed. But what happens when the mind is at odds with the heart? The heart has no such rules. It follows no logic. It knows no boundaries and rebels every time it is made to conform and contain. The mind calculates to operate. The heart feels to love.
Bean, let me ask you something. Why do you love me so much? I feel I do not deserve your love.
I believe in life, whatever we give comes back to us manyfold.
Really?
Yes.
Well, the world is a complicated place, and you, Beam, are a simple man. You see, sometimes two nice people who are perfectly happy otherwise just don't get along. Why is this? No one knows. I think you are naive to think your love will come back brag too many fold, huh?
Oh, how should I know, Draupadi? Love is no reason to be loved. All I know is it's your smile that makes my heart beat faster. You know, whenever you're around, it flutters and wants to be near you all the time.
Yes, Beam, but you know that I sometimes misuse your love for me. Like, Beam, do this, and you do it. Beam, do that, and you do it. I think you would do anything for me.
I don't know all of that, Pete, but I do know one thing. I do love being around you.
All right, Beam, I think I know what you want. I will let you carry me upstairs and make love to me. Although, you know, sometimes your constant lovemaking does get a bit exhausting. I get tired.
Dear, I know that you do try to fulfill all my wishes just as I do the same for you. But despite all that, I still feel like there's something missing. An emptiness, a yearning.
Beam, I know you love to cook, and I also know you like to eat what you cook, but what about waiting for a minute till we could eat together?
I'm sorry, dear. Yes, I should have waited.
It's okay, it's okay.
Oh, Dee, you know I like putty in your hands. You can shape me and mold me any way that you like. Here, I want you to try this. It's hot, like you, right?
Oh, Beam, you're so funny sometimes. You really are very cute. But I feel like your love for food controls you just as much as...
Just as much as you do? Oh, no, I can't have that.
Oh, Beam, you're so difficult to understand. Sometimes you have the strength of a wild bull, and at other times the gaze of a wise saint. You are the strongest warrior there is, and to many on the outside you seem like a wild and savage monster, but only I know that inside your heart is as soft as a coconut. It is your tender heart that is so dear to me.
Oh, come now, if you don't say such things, you're going to embarrass me. I think silence speaks the loudest, so let's move towards it.
Towards what?
Towards silence. There's poetry in it.
I see poetry in the way that you care for me and the way you protect me. Yet,
Don't I fulfill all of your desires, Lee?
oh yes, I love how you bring me fresh flowers every day, and I know you would do anything to make me happy, and will do whatever it takes to protect my honor. Yet, you are still bound by Yudhishthir's authority.
Draupadi, I will always fight for you and protect you from any danger or insult. I would slay those who would dare violate your honor. You know you can count on me.
I know, Beam, and only you put up with what others dub my,
Your whims and unreasonable demands.
Perhaps, if that is how I've been understood. Only you bear my outbursts of temper. Everyone else tries to keep me under their thumb.
And this includes my dear mother, I presume.
I'm afraid I cannot comment.
Oh, you need not. You need not comment. I'm not blind to what goes on.
I was a prize that Arjun won. My destiny was bound to a contest, and from there, your mother decided that I must be shared among all 5 of her sons like a communal drinking cup. I Swayambar, the right to choose my own husband, wasn't a true choice. Where is the freedom in an arranged marriage? Where is the love? It is just a transaction. You and I, we're just marketable goods, and it's the scale of fate that decides who we are to marry.
And yet, there is love. I do believe in love in all of its beautiful colors. See, it's the most cherished of emotions.
Yes, Beam, but in an arranged marriage, love may happen, or it may not. That is yet to be seen.
Well, no one ever said that life is perfect. You know, we have to play the best hand with the cards that we've been dealt. We all have to make compromises and do the best with what we have.
Yes, and compromises are an even bigger reality for those like me who keep standing up against injustice all the time. Every day, and I know you would do anything to make me happy, and will do whatever it takes to protect my honor. And yet, you are still bound by Yudhishthir's authority.
Draupadi, I will always fight for you and protect you from any danger or insult. I would slay those who would dare violate your honor. You know you can count on me.
I know, Beam, and only you put up with what others dub my,
Your whims and unreasonable demands.
Perhaps, if that is how I've been understood. Only you bear my outbursts of temper. Everyone else tries to keep me under their thumb.
And this includes my dear mother, I presume.
I'm afraid I cannot comment.
Oh, you need not. You need not comment. I'm not blind to what goes on here.
I was a prize that Arjun won. My destiny was bound to a contest, and from there, your mother decided that I must be shared among all 5 of her sons like a communal drinking cup. I Swayamvar, the right to choose my own husband, wasn't a true choice. Where is the freedom in an arranged marriage? Where is the love? It is just a transaction. You and I, we're just marketable goods, and it's the scale of fate that decides who we are to marry.
And yet, there is love. I do believe in love in all of its beautiful colors. See, it's the most cherished of emotions.
Yes, Beam, but in an arranged marriage, love may happen, or it may not. That has yet to be seen.
Well, no one ever said that life is perfect. You know, we have to play the best hand with the cards that we've been dealt. We all have to make compromises and do the best with what we have.
Yes, and compromises are an even bigger reality for those like me who keep standing up against injustice all the time. Against age-old traditions that make neither head nor tail today. And yet, like a flock of sheep, we keep moving blindly forward, carrying the cultural corpse and trying to maintain the so-called tradition.
Oh, come on, my love, don't be so dark. My love for you should help to brighten everything. You know how much I care about you.
It does not take a wise man to see that you care for me, but why is it that it is you alone in all this household who does?
And why can't I be the only one who cares? Dee, why question a good thing?
Oh, Peem, your hands are callous, they're so hard. My mind is racing with so many thoughts. Perhaps I do not know how to truly care and love in a marriage.
Draupadi, if you only look upon marriage as a social obligation, then I cannot help you.
No, I don't see it as just a social obligation, more as a legalized sex. But what I resist is the sheer inequality in it.
There are some wrongs to be corrected. I agree. However, Dee, you do not realize how strong women can be. Take my mother, for example.
Make me want to grind my teeth. Every time you talk about women's behavior like you're an expert, especially when it involves your mother.
Draupadi, my mother means well. And she taught us that our legacy is written in the minds of the people around us. Knowledge is important, yes. But people don't care how much you know or don't know until they know how much you care. And this includes my mother. She is very caring.
Peen, you have been brainwashed, okay? You do not know who to trust and who not to, so let's just not talk about her anymore.
And you think you know your own reality?
Well, yes. At least, I know that when I am nice to people, I'm not appreciated. People respect you more when you stand your ground, and I do not want to compromise on what I believe is right.
Dee, I know I can't control your behavior, but you could at least try to behave like other women some of the time.
That's just what I'm afraid of most, that I will lose all my individuality as a woman and be remembered only as the wife of 5 brothers. History will not see me as a woman, but only as an object.
But don't say that. You know, we all have to live by our own weird and self-constructed rules within the confines of society. But I wanted to live by your rules, Dee. I wanted to live by your rules and not mine.
My rules are too independent for this day and age. What more can I do to fit in?
I wish I knew what to tell you. Honestly, I'm at a loss for words.
Oh, Beam, you are the gentlest of your brothers, and you have a soft spot for me, and yet don't do you justice. Sometimes I feel I don't deserve you.
I know you. But this is just the way I am. And I will continue to love you no matter what. But you know what? I don't need you to return my love.
That is just what upsets me, because I do not return your love the same way.
I'm sorry, Pete. I didn't mean to upset you. Perhaps the problem lies in the dark corners of my own heart.
Oh, Beam, there are so many things I want to say to you. I cannot live this lie anymore, not with you. My lips fail to utter the words, but I have left you a letter, Beam. Read it.
D. D, come back. Draupadi, come back. Don't leave me, D!
I cannot say why you cannot force me to love you. I cannot understand why you cannot force me to love you when you yourself give the world for my sake. I cannot understand why this marriage was arranged in the first place when we barely knew each other, let alone understood each other's needs and temperament. It is just a lottery system. It is no wonder your mother cannot trust me. It is perhaps her mother's instincts. Yet, I cannot help but be honest with you. I have used you and your love for me. I am so sorry. I cannot even tell you to your face that I'm sorry. I am sorry for that.
Plight of a broken heart, whose pain is known only to the one whose heart is broken. What drives a woman to make the decision to leave the man who adores her, wants to please her in every way, confesses his love for her shamelessly, and is the most loving to her in every way? What is this invisible bond that keeps a marriage alive? Why must you fall in love when love is God and God is love? Should it not make one rise instead of fall? How can you walk away when he brings you flowers every day? Woman, you have remained an enigma through ages, whether in centuries past or today.
No way. Not good. No. This is what I like. Win every time. Win. Ah, so finish with all your household chores, dear?
Yes, my dear. The dishes are all washed, rinsed, and put away. It was all done in just good time.
Wait, dear. Wait.
Wait? Why? Wait for what?
Lovely ladies like you should learn to wait until it is the right time.
Right time? Is there even a right time to make love in my own bedroom?
Let me build the right ambience.
तुम्हारी जुल्फ़ साए में शालूंगा।
So, how do you like my homage to you, my dear?
Well, I must say, you sing very well. You have a melodious voice, if nothing else.
Nothing else. Wait, what do you mean? Okay, here's another one for you. You are so beautiful to me.
How beautiful, how lovely indeed.
So, do you like my song?
Oh, but it's not your song, is it? It was borrowed, wasn't it? Like me?
What do you mean, Draupadi?
Never mind. The problem with you is that you are as straight as an arrow. You're quite the philosopher indeed.
So?
That makes you too serious.
How? Look, I was only trying to keep you happy.
Sir, you're too kind and too well-read. Books have destroyed the lust of your life.
Ah, come on, Draupadi. There's no need for you to be annoyed.
Yudhishthira, sorry, but I wish you had a better sense of what a woman wants.
Ah, come close to me. Come, let us lie down.
You know, your mom has drilled some wrong ideas into your head that,
That women should be shy in making love.
Is that what she says?
Never mind, you'll never understand.
Why can't we be spontaneous in love, at least? Why must we always be defining boundaries? Why do you always stop me when I make the first move, huh?
You definitely need to be re-educated, Draupadi.
Your mother's excessive moralizing has taken the fire out of your desire, Yudhishthira.
What the heck are you suggesting?
You are so obsessed with your morals and your dharma and your books that I have no idea how to keep you happy.
Really? Is it such a challenge to keep your husband happy?
Ugh. Why do I always feel like I'm being challenged when I'm with you?
How?
You are so obsessed with your own version of truth.
The world of truth is dead. And no one even had a funeral for it.
You like to speak up for justice and truth, don't you? But I doubt anyone will listen to your words.
My version of truth. Come, make love to me in your own free way then.
You know, you listen to your mom way too much. Who to get married to, what to do in a marriage, and even how to,
How to what?
Never mind. You seem to have a very clear picture of how a woman should behave all the time, even in bed, and especially in an arranged marriage.
But you're my wife.
Not by my choice. Ours is an arranged marriage. It's all bullshit. All arranged and fixed so that the man can comfortably continue to live with his parents.
Arranged marriage or not, I do not know. But we're married now. Maybe it is just fate.
Just fate? So we have no say in it? We cannot make any choices in life? Is that what it is?
You're just being too difficult.
I am just a worm being dangled from a fishing pole. That is my cot, my status, my identity. Leave me, Yudhishthira. Your hands are too soft for me. Too soft.
You're not a worm, my dear. You're a powerful woman. The gods have blessed you with the power to become a virgin every year.
Blessed to become a virgin all over again? Virginity, my foot. It is a gift for the man, not the woman.
But I thought it was like getting married all over again. What fun.
Maybe for you. And you know what? If it wasn't for your mother, I wouldn't even be in this arranged marriage in the first place.
There you go again. Blaming my mother for everything that goes wrong between us.
Yudhishthira, you can say what you want about what your mother means to you and what a mother is according to the Hindu Dharma. Ever tried to find out what the Dharma says about your wife's needs?
Your needs? What about your needs? All your needs are well taken care of. What else do you need?
Why don't you ask your mother what I need?
Why do you have to bring my mother into every argument that happens in this room?
Why should I not bring her into every argument? She was the one who decided to hold me up as a communal drinking cup for all 5 of her sons.
What? Communal cup? What rubbish? What What new shit are you heaping on our family now?
Of course, I am the cup to be passed and tossed around for everyone else's pleasure.
What a ridiculous idea. After all the love and respect that we have heaped upon you, you turn and blame us for what is your own fault? Is there anything else you would like to blame us of?
All I know is that I respect you less and less.
My
Your
judgment?
Yeah, your judgment is not to be trusted.
What is wrong with my judgment now?
Why are you playing this wretched game again? Did I not plead with you not to do so? Can you not do this much for my sake?
This is just a game.
Just a game? What if you wager me one day for this obsession, this stupid game of dice?
What nonsense are you speaking? How can you even conceive of such an idea, let alone spit it out of your mouth?
Am I not something you own, just like this palace and everything in it?
Oh, please stop this nonsense.
All right, I will stop, but only if you promise to stop drinking and gambling.
Not till you stop insulting my family. Oh, wait. Why did you have to laugh at my cousin Duryodhan yesterday? Why did you make fun of him when he fell down? Could you not control yourself?
Why are you screaming at me now?
Oh, don't, for Pete's sake, stop crying. Don't be such a fake, an actor, pretending to be what you're not. Tears are not the answer to everything.
I thought you always saw me as an honest and virtuous wife. Perhaps I am a bit too truthful sometimes.
Your truthful ways will do you in Draupadi. That is your problem. You do not know what a vindictive person my cousin Duryodhan is. And an injured pride is the worst of his qualities. He will never leave us, Draupadi.
Well, what shall we do now?
What shall we do? I do not know. He is the type of person who will bring you to your knees. He will take revenge by stripping you of your dignity.
And you won't be there to protect me?
I really don't know. Why did you have to laugh and mock at him?
Well, who cares for your cousin? He looked really funny when he fell, so I laughed. Like, spontaneously enough.
Learn to control yourself. You're a married woman now. You're not in your father's palace anymore. Things change for a man and woman once they get married. You have to learn to control yourself.
God, how do I overcome all the rules and rituals in this household? How do I save myself?
I don't know. I need to figure out how to handle Duryodhan now, huh? I mean, there are times when I can't even understand you. You're so vicious and so horrible. And at other times, you're so kind.
Yes, I am kind, but I will fight you if you push me against the wall, and there are so many things you do that frustrate me.
Like what? Why do you blame me for all that is your own fault? Why don't you go and blame your parents for your frustrations?
Yudhishthir, I am talking about your addiction to gambling. My parents are not the reason that you gamble. And don't even try to pretend that you're not a drunkard too. I can smell the alcohol on you before you even knock at my door.
I'm not interested in all this nonsense. I need to go and check on something important.
What, your winnings for the day? Isn't this all also a gamble? Our marriage? Me? You know, I thought you knew right from wrong, but I was wrong. I've misjudged you. Your name means stable, right? No, you are neither steady nor stable, you with your addiction to gambling. Yudhishthir? Yudhishthir! I know you can hear me! Now where do I go from here?
Interesting. Looks like the oldest of the Pandava brothers is a prude and an addict. He is a gambler, and gamblers seldom know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away, and know when to run. Is it still taboo for women to express their natural desire for sex or to initiate intimacy? Why is she branded as promiscuous when she wants sex, when sex is the purest form of expression of love between two people? As someone who has witnessed various types of marriages and relationships between two human beings, I can only surmise that it is the willingness to want to be with someone who is different from you that can keep them together. Tolerance, acceptance, and empathy are human qualities that only a few possess.
Are you done admiring yourself yet?
Ah, hey, I didn't notice you. Where were you, eh? Never mind. You know what? I was just thinking that the hairdresser cut my hair a little bit short, don't you think? Oh, well then, I have to maintain the high standards of my beautiful wife, right?
Not really. It's your beauty that shines through, not mine. Mine pales in comparison. Well, I am too fair-skinned, and that is a curse by itself. I always thought the Indian dusky complexion was very beautiful.
Yeah, and I prefer that myself. Hey, listen, Dee. Have you used that lotion I gave you last week? It works like magic and will turn your skin into a beautiful shade of tan, okay? Darker and lovelier, just like mine.
Oh, yes. How can I forget all your efforts to change my albino skin to a few shades darker? I've tried all kinds of dark and lovely creams just because of you. Two that dumped me early in our marriage. No. I'm pretty comfortable in my own skin now, and I'm not going to let the world judge me by my looks and the fact that it finds you more attractive than it does me. It does not bother me.
And I thought beauty was your curse and not mine. And I also know that you're not the insecure type who suspects the looks and intentions of every woman who happens to look at me.
That's right, I do not. I really don't care what people think anymore. Their opinions just don't matter. I know you only married me to obey your mother and for society's sake. I know you don't feel the same way as your brothers.
Oh, so now you're a psychologist, right? Who happens to be an expert on all aspects of marriage. And what I like and what I don't.
Nicole, I have looked at marriage very closely, and 5 times over, I might add. It is neither a science nor an art. You just go with the flow, and it is a roll of the dice. Arranged marriage only creates tension for the couple and everyone else involved. And you end up getting married to each other's families, too. To the groom's family more than the bride's, mind you.
And what about the joys of marriage, Dee? Hey, Dee, why are you looking at that ring when I'm talking to you? And then you say that I don't pay enough attention to you. And what's so special in that ring, huh? That you keep looking at it rather than talk to me properly.
I was given this ring by someone very special to me. When I gaze into its center, I think back to my days as a spinster when I used to think of marriage in such a romantic way and how I will be married to my Prince Charming.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. And I'm not that Prince Charming, I suppose. Am I?
Good God, Nicole, don't feel bad now. I know you were never interested in me since day one. We both do what we have to do to survive this marriage.
Dee, why are you saying such things, huh? Don't I do everything to make you happy? And don't keep rehashing these things over and over again. I don't want to spend our lives arguing every single day of our life, okay?
Right, Nicole, I'm sorry. Really sorry. Look, I know this upsets you. It upsets me just as much, but this is the reality of our marriage. I'll not mention it again. Anyway, where were you yesterday?
I told you, I was out riding horses with my buddies.
Well, why not with me? Why not take me horse riding instead?
No, it's something that me and my buddies enjoy, okay? And why would you want to ride a horse anyways, okay? How about to teach you golf instead? At least you'll get tan during the day.
You love your horses more than me.
Oh, come on, Dave. How can I compare horses with women? It's apples and oranges.
You don't have to tell me. I know you appreciate them more than you appreciate me.
Look, that's my time with my buddies. And you're not serious about riding a horse, are you?
No, not anymore. Keep your horses to yourself. Of course, I have noticed that you've been spending a lot of time with your horses lately and don't seem to have any time for me. You always have time for your horses and your brothers.
Look, they are my brothers. And moreover, they are older to me.
That does not mean you have to let your mind be controlled by them. You do have a mind of your own, right?
Of course I do.
And we all know that you cannot help them if it ever came to war. Well, even I am better than you at sword fighting.
Look, I know, but you don't have to rub it in, okay? At the end of the day, they are my brothers, and I'll have to stand by them through thick and thin. And every time you ask me to ignore them, now who do you want me to ignore? My brothers or my horses? Damn it, I get them confused.
Cool.
Yeah?
Do you remember when we were first married? What happened? I've used all the soaps and scents and perfumes you got for me. Don't you find me attractive?
No, you are beautiful, like a flower.
Maybe so, but I know you're still not attracted to me. At least I'm not under the illusion that we're a happily married couple.
Look, I'm okay with our marriage, okay? People see us as a happily married couple. You know, maybe all married couples act and pretend as if everything was fine. But also keep searching for a reason why this institution called marriage even exists.
You know, I think that marriage was just invented by some Neanderthal who didn't want anyone else touching his property, his woman. How barbaric!
Hey, Dee. That's a new way of looking at things, okay? And it makes perfect sense to me.
Right?
And for the first time, we agree.
You know, come to think of it, no one ever asked me if I was willing to be the wife of 5 men. And now we've both witnessed the ugliness of not being able to choose your partner in life. We're in a crappy situation, but making the best of it. Anyway, Nicole, tell me something.
Yeah?
If you're okay with our marriage, then why don't we have any children yet? Why do you keep running away from me? I've been noticing this since the first day of our marriage. Maybe it's all my fault.
No, Dee, don't blame yourself. I've tried everything. Everything.
Well, then answer me. Why don't we have any children?
Look, Dee, don't ask me such questions, okay? Ever since childhood, you know, I wasn't allowed to have any feelings for anybody. We live in a society which does not tolerate, you know, anything out of the ordinary. Hey, we must all follow a mold. All follow a mold. And anyone not doing so is judged, ridiculed, castrated, and thrown out of society.
Sorry, Nicole. I wish things were different. Who did you want to get married to?
Oh, not really.
What about Janaki?
No.
Oh, come on, she's very pretty and she keeps making eyes at you.
Well, she's not my type, okay? And she's also not of the same caste as me, so mother won't ever approve.
That's true. Our parents keep following traditions that make no sense to us. Let me see. I will have another go at this. Ooh, what about Mira? She's very pretty and she's from the same social caste and she keeps finding excuses to come by the castle. Is it her?
No, you got that wrong. But you're getting close, okay? I mean, she is of the same caste as me. But I don't find her attractive, if you know what I mean.
She's beautiful and she likes to hang out with you. What's not to like?
Look, Dee, aren't you the one saying beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
True.
I don't find her attractive.
All right.
But her brother, on the other hand, dark and handsome.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Yes, Dee. Hey, listen. I find him attractive. I like him, okay? And I can talk to you, right? Please don't My brothers don't know. And I don't want you to tell them, okay? I really don't want you to tell them. I would be shamed into committing suicide if they ever came to know. Yeah.
So sorry. You know, I'm here for you. You and I, we're both different, and we choose to live our lives differently. I'm your friend, and I will always be here for you. You can confide in me.
Oh, Dee, I'm not so lonely now with you by my side. And you know what? I have a horse that's not that wild. And I'll teach you how to ride that one, okay?
Okay.
See, let's not be too quick to conclude that Draupadi only has a sharp tongue and a heart of stone. She was far more open-minded even in those days and very progressive in her thinking. She could accept the fact that individuals with varying sexual orientations are also part of the society and have every right to live a respectable life. She was accepting of everyone without judging them. Can we claim to say that about ourselves today?
I'm so happy. I just saw this play that was so romantic. Stop doing that. It is very rude. I'm trying to tell you about this play I just saw and you're just not interested.
Okay, fine. Go ahead, tell me. Was it also filled with bitter conversation and bitter memories like every other play? Oh, you're talking about this, huh? CEOs of all companies do this.
You're an investment banker, not a CEO.
Look, never mind what I am or am not. All I know is that I'm not going to chase your silly dreams. You may keep your swanky social skills to yourself. And let me focus my brain power to earn what I can.
Southern, you were never interested in me, in what I have to say, and you're always lost in your own world somewhere. Why the heck did you even get married?
Here you go again. Tell me, why do you have to overreact to everything? Why can't you react to things more calmly and less emotionally like normal people, huh?
I would think this would go for you and not for me at all.
Never mind. Now trust me, in order to really be happy, you must keep your eyes on goals and profits. Believe me, you'll never be disappointed if you keep your eyes on uncharted territory, where you'll grow and be challenged and have fun.
Are you done? Southern, you were never interested in what I have to say. I'm trying to tell you about this powerful play I just saw, and you do not even look at me. You're not interested in what I do or where I go.
Let it go then. Besides, I've never liked looking at anyone else. I just go, do my job, and that's it.
Southern, I wish you would open your heart to me.
I don't know, Draupadi, this is just the way that I am.
Will you never be rid of your painful shyness? I know you were always uncomfortable around women, but must you be uncomfortable even with me?
Well, Draupadi, quite frankly, I just don't know what you expect from me.
Ugh! No wonder I run to my friends all the time. Kitty parties and plays and mindless distractions.
Well, I'm sure it's a great escape route for you then from all of this. From your responsibility as a wife, from your responsibility to this household, from your...
I find your tone offensive, divisive, and passive-aggressive. Stop talking to me like this.
Oh yeah, and what about you?
didn't you cause enough damage last week when you insulted our cousin Duryodhan? Wasn't that offensive?
I did nothing wrong, and distorting character is what you and your mother are skilled at. Leveling false charges is a special skill of your whole family, all of you.
Oh my God. I could almost call you an empress of instability and hysteria.
Are you calling me crazy?
Oh, I dare not do that.
But you must understand why I must shout and scream at you all the time.
Oh my God, you are just incorrigible. Don't you see I have so much stress here on my plate? And there you go, just being over-dramatic as always. Look, I can't help your resentment at being expected to do what you are expected to do in this marriage, Draupadi. I just cannot help you. Draupadi, don't you know how excited I was at the prospect of getting married to you?
I'm well aware.
Oh, you're well aware, huh? Well, now look at us. Now look at what we've become, just fighting all the time.
So what do you suggest? That I bear it all in silence, all the humiliations? Blame my fate for it? Or is it a woman's destiny to be punished so?
There you go again, overreacting. You know, you're just so much damn drama all the time.
Well, I came as mute and compliant as the bags of gold you earn in your investment banking business.
And I treated you as preciously as my bags of gold, too.
Sadaf, tell me something. When you see something wrong happening, why don't you say anything? Why didn't you speak up when your mother said I must marry all 5 of her sons? Silence, to my mind, is a form of cowardice.
All right, then, Draupadi. Pray tell. What would you have me do?
Speak up. Just speak up when you see something wrong happening. Silence is the way of collusion.
And do you know what your problem is? Your problem is that you just can't seem to shut up.
Oh.
You just have to have an opinion about everything. About what is right, what is wrong, about how I should behave all the time. What if I say that you, oh so modern, oh so very stylish women, only pretend to be all-knowing about how men should and should not behave, huh?
I suppose you think you can get someone better than me just because you're a money-making machine?
Bravo, bravo. Money-making machine, huh? Wow. Money-making machine. Oh, that's a fine term, Draupadi. Really, a wonderful term. And you know what? Let's not even talk about getting someone better, okay? Let's just not even go there.
That's right. Because, you know, I wouldn't even have to try.
Fine then. Let's both let it go then. In fact, you know, I'll be the good one. I'll stop. You like to hit back? Well, most women would just let it go. Most respectable women don't talk back to their husbands, but you do.
And why can't I reply back? Simply because you have your male ego? Simply because I am a woman?
My God, you shoot missiles and daggers with your words. Just stop it, okay? Stop it. I value my peace and silence. I'm just so sick and tired of this all the time. Fight, 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 and more fight. You know what? I have a brilliant idea. Why don't you go back to your parents' house and just leave me the fuck alone?
What the hell did you just say?
Oh, I beg of you. Trust me, I'm happy with the money I have and all the silence that it can buy. So you go and take your peace and leave me with my peace.
How dare you!
Did you not hear what I said? Do you need me to repeat it for you? I said you go and take your peace and leave me with my peace, please.
Of course, that's the last resort you men have after we have left everything to be with you. Just send them back to their parents. No, listen, I follow my own gut and I speak my mind. I do not have to leave my house to do that. This is my house too. I am not becoming a victim ever.
Nobody's victimizing you. You're just a victim of your own thoughts. And you're just never going to stop fighting until you change your own thinking.
Oh, really?
Again, you take my constructive statements the wrong way. Don't you know that's called constructive criticism for a reason? God, it is impossible to talk to you.
Hold on. Don't make me out to be the bad one in this marriage. I'm the girl who says what is on everyone else's mind, but nobody else has the guts to say. I will not hold back when I'm wronged.
Oh, I do enjoy your aggression, don't I? It just shows how you can't handle just 1 ounce of feedback for your actions. That's why it's just so hard to talk to you. Oh, and tell me one thing. You just don't seem to care at all what anyone thinks of you, do you?
Well, I don't know about that. but I do know that I have learned my lesson and know all the wrongs that have been done to me. I will at least teach my children not to get married until they know who they are getting married to.
Oh, I love how you said that. You know, you are the epitome of self-pity. At least you're not in the fetal position, hiding in your safe place somewhere. The buck never stops for you, I think.
I was such a fool. I don't know why I didn't stand up to your mother when she said I must marry all of her sons. I often wonder what it was about you that I liked. Perhaps it was your gentle looks that took me in?
Ah, well, let us forget any sanctimony on each other's part.
Sadaf, tell me one thing. You like to write and tell stories, don't you? So then why would you stay silent about the injustices that have been committed over the centuries? I mean, doesn't your name itself mean the written word?
That's it. That is exactly the feeling my mother had.
Oh.
She felt uneasy as soon as she met you.
Of course it's your mother. She's the reason we're in this arranged marriage in the first place. Two strangers just walk into the bedroom and bam, they're free to release all their sexual desires like a turn of a switch, just like that.
That's it. That is exactly the feeling she had. You're just so open about your desires, so unconventional in your ways. There's no subject that's too taboo for you. You don't even know how to behave in a social setting, or even with me, your husband. Do you know you're like a loose cannon. That's it, a loose cannon.
Fine, and call me names, why don't you? Yes, I speak my mind and I walk to the beat of my own drum. I wanted to marry for love and not just to be someone's wife.
Nobody's asking you to just be somebody's wife. But you know what? I dare not say another word, because you're going to take what I say, spin it around, and just start arguing again.
Sadaf, what the hell do you want from me?
Did you know what a man longs for from his wife, Draupadi?
You're so full of shit. All you care about is money, so I have no idea what you could want from me, and you certainly have no idea what a woman wants in a husband.
Well, you certainly got that right. I do love money. And so, I've learned to be content with my own destiny. We each choose our own kind of poison in life, Draupadi.
You are so obsessed with money, and so blinded by its glitter that you wouldn't bat an eyelid if someone were to abduct me or even rape me. Ugh.
Perhaps not if you put it that way. But just remember one thing, Draupadi. It's your duty as my wife to understand my mind. It's not my duty to understand yours. You know what? I'm just so sick and tired of your stupid and ridiculous tantrums. Just leave me alone.
Sadaf! Fuck you!
A man to preoccupy himself with his work and avoid building a real relationship with his wife, to take an interest in her activities and to pay attention to her. How do two people drift apart so much? And how can two people continue to live in a loveless, sexless marriage? Does this happen only in arranged marriages? Or do love marriages fall prey to the same fate? Now these questions I do not have any answer to. I am a loner and never felt the need for a partner, and that is how it should be. You, on the other hand, have tasted this fruit, and only you can decide if it tastes sweet or bitter. Draupadi is also the most misunderstood character and is also a puppet in the hands of fate, just as everyone else is. She is fiercely independent and defies the norms of her times. Surely you know many women who are like that and who speak their mind, and rightly so. But where is her feminine side? She must have one. Life can be harsh, but not all experiences have to turn you stoic, and not all relationships can be devoid of tenderness and love. She never did answer Arjun's question. Who does her heart truly flutter for? Let's find out.
My love is mute, and so are you. And that is why I love you. Invisible are the pangs of love. Unspoken love is better than one spoken. Thrashed, non-verbal, non-erasable.
Oh, Draupadi, what beautiful poetry. You have a soft, sensitive heart, and yet you are misunderstood.
Yes, perhaps that is why I feel like I'm in a prison here.
How can you compare this beautiful palace, these gardens to a prison?
Oh, Karn, here I have mere flowers with no fragrance.
But that's what you wanted, palaces and luxuries.
Karn, we're all pawns, simply pawns and nothing more. Did I have a choice? Does a woman ever have a choice? Is there any choice in an arranged marriage? Is there any love? Or is that all an illusion?
Draupadi, you're not the only one who didn't have a choice. Even I've had to fight all my life.
Fight what?
My fate. I don't know if my fate is my misfortune, or my misfortune is my fate. I don't know which.
Stop it, Karn. Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
What else can I do? All you saw in me was that I was a lowborn, and you rejected me. The driver's son was just not good enough for you. You, a princess indeed.
Karn, I have known about your low birth since childhood, and yet I gave you my heart. You and I, we were both victims.
Victims? Victims of what? I won that contest fair and square. Everyone saw it. You saw it too. Why did you not say anything?
Karn, I wasn't allowed to get my way at my Swayambar. If I was, we would be together and married today. I have loved you since my childhood days. You were my first choice. You were the bravest. You were the chosen one. You were my first love. You are my first love. Haven't you known that all this time? Answer me, Karn, answer me.
Why did you not say anything? Why did you not fight for us? Why did you allow them to insult me at your swayamvar like that? You're not like other women who are not allowed to get an education, to think for themselves or to learn. Perhaps you are too educated to stoop to my level. I'm just a wretch who has been cursed time and time again. Even the gods have cursed me.
Karn, I know that fate has been unfair to me at every step, but education? What has my education ever gotten me, even though I was educated at the same level as my brothers? Education has nothing to do with it.
Of course, it has everything to do with it. You got confused because of your education. Too much education is bad for women.
I know you're angry, and you don't really mean that. I also know you won't answer my question because we both know the answer to it. Why should I not be just as educated or more so than a man?
Because it got to your head. You forgot how to feel with your heart. You use your head more than your heart, and that is why everybody is threatened by you. The world thinks that you have a sharp tongue and a cold heart. But only I know that you don't. How do I prove this to them?
You need not. Let them think what they wish to. I am happy as long as you know that you have always been there with me. You are there in every breath I take without you.
Probably words are cheap. Actions matter. It's your insult that is going to live with me throughout my life, like an open wound.
Karn, I'm sorry for your public humiliation at my Swayamvar. I know I cannot even begin to make it up to you. I also know that you have a kind heart. You will forgive me one day. I never forgot about you, Karn, not even for a moment.
I just said it. Words are cheap. Only actions matter. And your actions told me that you don't care for me, that you don't love me, that I'm not important for you.
Karn, how can you ever say that? You know I think of you and you alone ever since the Swayamvar. Every path that your feet travel, I want to retrace your footsteps. Everywhere that your flesh touches, I want to be there, so how can you?
Why did you get married? Why could you not refuse?
You think that was my choice? I have been married 5 times over, against my will. And yet my heart still yearns for you.
Really?
Calls out for you, yes.
Really?
Karn, didn't you notice? I'm wearing the ring and the earrings that you got me. I love to wear them all the time.
Yes. They look beautiful. But I didn't want to say anything. What do you want from me now? It's all water under the bridge. It's over.
But you still feel the ache. So do I.
What if I told you that I have learned to bear the ache? That maybe my heart has turned into stone now. Now, I'm only loyal to one person, and that is Duryodhana. I am loyal only to my duties.
Karn, Duryodhana has chosen to be on the wrong side of truth and justice. He is blinded by his want for power and his vowed revenge. He will bring us to war, and his judgment is misguided by his uncle Shakuni. Why are you willingly helping him? I wish you would not follow in his ways. He will destroy everything, including us.
Because I owe my life to him. He was the only person who was there when I needed him, when I was heartbroken.
Karn, but what about our lives now? What about my life now? What do we do now when our hearts yearn for each other? How do we live this life?
Draupadi, you're the only woman that I will ever love. You're the only woman whose love I will ever feel until I die. Fate has cheated you away from me in this lifetime, but I vow that I will fight even fate if I have to make you mine. Draupadi, you will be mine. You will be mine.
Lost love always makes the heart yearn even more. The thought of what could have been, the yearning for the one you love is painful. The need to be with the one you love, to spend each day of your life with them, each night in their arms. But what do you do when society keeps you apart? Separates two loving souls merely in the name of a ritual that is fast losing its relevance. What do you do when an arranged marriage only breeds regrets and bitterness? Why cannot it be simpler? We all have premonitions in life, a gut feeling of what is to come, and while only I can gaze into the future, Draupadi was born of the fire and blessed with sharp instincts. She feared Yudhishthir's addictions and weaknesses, especially as the eldest of the 5 brothers. Positions of importance come with great power and even greater responsibility. Words are cheap and only actions matter. Individuals in powerful positions do control destinies of others, and their lack of judgment and foolishness can impact so many others for their entire lives. Sometimes evil has a way of prevailing, and it may seem like darkness has placed a shadow over the light. But what truly is darkness? Darkness has a dependency and cannot exist on its own. It's only the lack of light that leads to darkness. Revenge is one such dark emotion. It makes human beings behave irrationally, and they become blind to what is right and what is wrong. Revenge, supported by other individuals who are cunning, unfair, and whose moral compass is flawed, can lead to human calamities. The laws of karma dictate that every action results in a reaction. We have only heard of Draupadi having laughed at Yudhishthir's cousin brother Duryodhana, which insulted him. Surely, that must bear some repercussion. It must take a very benevolent man to forgive and forget an insult. But despite knowing Duryodhana as well as he does, Yudhishthir falls victim to Duryodhana's invitation to a gambling match. He is flanked by his most conniving and crooked uncle, Shakuni, who is the master gambler and uses deception to win. He has power over his dice that by some strange magical twist of fate obey his instructions. Darkness and light, happiness and sadness, pain and pleasure, success and failure are all dualities in life, just as good and evil. There is always a struggle between all opposites, and only one may prevail, but neither can exist without the other. I now take you on the last leg of our journey together.
Baba, what's he going to bet now? I wager my kingdom.
Raja, what do you want for his kingdom?
For his kingdom, I want number 4, Mama. Number 4.
Number 4 for his kingdom. Number 4.
Yes, Mama.
How about Arjun?
Arjun.
What number do you want for Arjun, Panja?
For Arjun, I want number 7, Mama.
Number 7 for Arjun. What number do you want for Dave?
For him, I want number 9.
Number 9. Number 9 for Dave. Panja. How about them?
Nakul and Dede.
What number do you want for them, Panja?
For them, I want number 6, Mama.
6. 6.
What more does he have?
Ah, that's a good question. What else then? Yeah. How about Draupadi? Yeah, how about Draupadi? Draupadi.
No! She is your wife! No!
Be a man. Everything or nothing. Go for it. Yeah. What you gonna do? Draupadi. Yeah, man. You may get everything back.
Draupadi! Draupadi! Come back!
What number do you want for Draupadi now?
For Draupadi, I want number 12. Number 12 for her.
Number 12 for Draupadi. Number 12 for Draupadi! 12! We got it!
Draupadi is mine!
I am the only one who could save Draupadi from this public humiliation, while all the so-called men and even women chose to remain silent and take no action to save her. But what if I had not come to her rescue? Who will destroy evil in a society and men like Duryodhan? I am only a name, maybe a face that you recognize. But I am much more than that. I am you. Don't limit me to a name or a religion. Find me within you and never let another Draupadi be dishonored.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about that? I just have to say, I thoroughly enjoy our own little like Yoda within, in between with his personal wisdom and, ponderous questions. It was great, right? Well, right now I would love, I actually have the honor to actually ask Dr. Nishi Chawla, the playwright, to come up to the stage. Also Priya from the ASHA organization. And now I'd like to call on stage the architect and director of this wonderful play. Yeah. Shri Madrakar.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I have to say that this play has come to stage because of the awesome team of actors and the extremely talented and dedicated crew. I am truly humbled and honored to be working with each of them and for all their support. This play has also come to stage because of a lot of prayers and well-wishers who encouraged me not to give up despite multiple challenges. Thank you, Nishi, for believing in me, and for my mother's blessing, who's here among our audience. And also for those of you who have given me their love and did not leave my side, although I have faltered many a times. Thank you for sticking by me. Also thanks to my wife, Nalini, for putting up with me and also for being the team mom. And now, here are all the members of the cast who I'm pretty sure you're dying to meet. And this will be in the order of appearance. You can take this back. Okay, so. Draupadi, played by Nishi Chawla. So our priest, played by Mahendra Chidala. The next one is Karn, played by yours truly. Arjun Pushkar Varta. The dancer, Nalini Mirajkar. Kunti Prerna Chauhan. Yudhishthir Salim Ahmed. Bhim, do this, do that, now come on stage. Raymond Healer. Nakul, played by Paresh Parak. Sadev, Vikram Mathur. Duryodhan, played by Bhavin Shah. Shakuni, Krishna, played by Anjali Chauhan. That's it, right? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. And of course, our Draupadi, Bethany Risha. you, everyone. Thanks for coming, and really appreciate it. And here.
Thank you. Wow, let's give him another round of applause. Thank you.
And of course, this would not have been possible without our great crew, production. Music put together by Shubhankar Banerjee. Okay, vocals, Stuti Banerjee. So we had Paresh playing, I don't know how many roles. He also did the lights for us. All the costumes that you see, Nalini Mirajkar. And I'm sure you saw the beautiful, beautiful set that we have. All the sets, the panels that were changed, those were all painted by Chetna Gola. The video production and all the media is through Channel 10, Fairfax Channel 10. So there's an interview that she had also conducted for us. It'll be broadcasted sometime soon and we'll let you know. That was done by Rose Genevieve. Stage management, everything that you see over here, bringing it in, taking it out, everything else by Mukul Nadkarni. All of the makeup, his wife Pari Nadkarni. Volunteers, of course, I have to take my son's name, Yashwant Mirajkar. He helped us put together all the brochures, sat down at night, grumbled about it, but he still did it. And also, of course, everybody else helped out as well. Oh, Jonathan also. I didn't know. So there are people who help me and I don't even know that. The MC that we have, of course, Stacey Taylor. And some of the other volunteers, Sudha Garg, Anjali Mathur, and everybody else who helped us, Ruchi Mathur also. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. And Geeta. So thank you. I'll turn it over back to Stacey. Of course. The narrator was Mr. Ashok Sareem. Thank you. So Ashok ji has been in hiatus for a little while. I talked to him when I was penning together whatever the narrator had to say. The only person that I had in mind was Ashok ji. And so he was always very shy. And I told him that he should come up here, and he always said, no. He didn't even stand there to take all the pictures with us. He said, "Arey Ashok ji, आप नहीं होंगे तो फिर कैसे चलेगा?" तो अब इसीलिए मैं भूल गया आपको देखा. Thank you so much.
And last but not least, I would like to call Miss Aruna Miller to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Was this an incredible play or what? Can we give another round of applause? This is what happens when passion, empathy, hard work, and people coming together. This is what happens when we see incredible work like this. And, I want to say that One of the important themes that was touched upon today, I think that's important to every one of us in this room. And I want to thank Dr. Nishi Chawla, as well as Sridhar Yes, thank you. Thank you for your art. Thank you for your compassion. Thank you for sharing the best of you with all of us. But the most important thing I think that was shared with this play is the importance of what our role is against violence against women. Right? That was the underlying theme of this play. That's what I took away from it. And the onus is upon every one of us to make sure that we show up, stand up, and speak up when we see injustices being done against women. And violence against women comes in many different forms. It can be child marriage, it can be human trafficking, it can be rape, it can be sexual assault. It can come in so many different levels. And again, it takes every one of us to recognize it and to do something about it. I know in my role as a Maryland State delegate, I often introduce legislation and laws to address this, but that's not the only way to address it. There's so many other things that each of us can do. But most importantly, I appreciate Dr. Chawla coming up with this incredible playwright to talk about this subject matter and the issues that women from generations and generations since history of time that we continue to battle. And to every man, woman, and child in this room, it's going to take all of us to make it happen. So thank you for sharing the best of you, Dr. Chawla. Art has an incredible way of taking the jagged edges of life away. Again, I want to thank you for sharing your art, your heart, and your passion. And to every one of the cast and crew, you did an incredible job keeping us captivated. You made us laugh, you made us cry, you made our heart earn for wanting to do something. So thank you for everything that you've done.
And of course, the screens were not coming and going on their own. We have Pierre to thank for that. Pierre, please come. So we have a lot of people who have come together, who are extremely shy, who have never been on stage before, and I have to almost pull them on stage, and I have to say, no, you need to come up. You need to be addressed. So.
Thank you. I'd also like to make one last final announcement. We are honored to fill you in that we've been asked to present during the Capitol Fringe Film Festival starting July 17th through the 21st. We have different performances and times, so there's more information on the front of your brochure, so please.
It's not a film festival, it's a theater festival.
I'm sorry, thank you. And we also have Priya from the ASHA organization. Can you come back up on stage again? I'm sorry.
Hi everyone. Thank you Sridhar and Nishi for having us here today, giving us a few moments of your precious time. Thank you Aruna, that was really lovely. And thanks to everyone, that was wonderful. Without taking up too much of your time, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about ASHA. ASHA for Women is a local non-profit organization started in 1989. We help South Asian women from, South Asian countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. We help them get culturally specific help when they face domestic violence. Last year, we saw our toll-free hotline get about over 450 calls and emails for help. And we're fully volunteer-run. We do have some part-time employees with the entire board, myself included, we're all volunteers. And we're supported by the community. 95 cents of every donation that the community gives us goes towards our program. So, don't want to take up too much time, but just wanted to let you all know that we're here. We're, trying to help the community. And any support, volunteering donations are always welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for coming out tonight, and I hope that you arrive safely to your homes. And do not forget to go out to the lobby and talk to the cast members and crew members. And thank you again. Let's go on.